Known as doppelganger, this is a phenomenon that contains many unidentifiable mysteries in human history. Mystery phenomenon: twin sister other than her mother. Every human being is a separate entity because of the characteristics of body composition, genes, skin color, ethnicity. However, there exists an undeniable truth, that in the world there are many cases of two strangers but at first glance the same as two drops of water. Or someone with a face that looks like a historical figure, or even some who sometimes feel like seeing a copy of themselves. The scientists call it the doppelganger. Everyone has a copy in the world. And today, we will learn more about the phenomenon contains many of this mystery. What is the doppelganger? Doppelganger is a word derived from German. As described by ancient documents, the doppelganger is a mysterious copy of those who are alive. You or the people around you can see them in front of you or in some other place. You may also find them in the mirror or in other scary situations. Today, this phrase is also used to refer to strangers who are similar in weighing to the world. However, in comparison, these two meanings express two completely different phenomena in nature. Long-standing legends on the doppelganger. The doppelganger is not a fictional movement in a certain period. This phenomenon has existed for a long time and is recorded in the history of many cultures. For example, in Greek mythology, hunter Narcissus fell in love with his shadow. In ancient Gothic tales, characters haunted by clones reflect evil in their soul. One of the oldest documents on the doppelganger is in the Zoroastrianism, a branch of the Zoroastrian. This religion has realized the abstraction of fire with twins, Ahura Manu and Ahura Mazda, symbolizing good and evil. In ancient Egyptian mythology, the word Ka refers to a person whose appearance, memory and emotion are almost identical to one another. In the West, the doppelganger is thought to be a demonic entity, also known as the evil twin. They are children born to and falsified with the children of the people should grow up to bring disaster for victims. The horror stories are real. President Abraham Lincoln once saw his ghost in the mirror one night after winning his first election in 1860. When he arrived home, he was startled when he saw two faces in the mirror: a normal Lincoln and a pale Lincoln ghost. Surprisingly, after meeting with his copy, Lincoln and his family repeatedly suffered bad luck. It was the American Civil War that took place shortly after his inauguration, and his third son, William Wallace Lincoln, died in 1862 at the age of 11, and Lincoln himself was assassinated in 1865. Re-elected for the second time. Unlike Lincoln, the famous French writer Guy de Maupassant has a rather intimate experience with the ghost of his copy. This ghost even tells the story to the writer. He acknowledged the horror story La Harla written by him, starting with the story of this ghost. However, although he was close, he did not escape the death shortly after. Since then, the short story La Harla has become his final work. Finding a semi-perfect twin who is not nearly as well known as the doppelganger. In 1903, two identical prisoners, from Face to Face, were found and sentenced to prison at the Leavenworth Rehabilitation Camp in Kansas. The teacher here has encountered a lot of confusion between the two people. In the end, things can only be resolved by comparing fingerprints. If you look carefully, you will find that all the victims who experienced the doppelganger phenomenon face the same fate, even face the same death as in ancient legends. As science enters and seeks to explain the mystery of the doppelganger has drawn a lot of scientists into the search, hoping to find the final solution to this phenomenon. At present, there are many theories ranging from spirituality to science related to the doppelganger. Some mystical scientists think that everyone has a ghost of himself. But you will never be met because this will cause imbalances in nature. If that happens, fate will cause you to die to balance again. Some are more objective, most of them attributed to neurological disorders, including multiple personality disorders and schizophrenia. In the United States, in 2006, a researcher named Brunel launched a project to search for identical couples without any prior relationship. He was surprised when the number of couples was increasing. And the strange thing is that no one has the problem of bad luck or bad luck. This study, published in the journal Science, is a direct reflection of the doppelganger. This raises the possibility that anyone in the world also has a fleshy twin sister somewhere. Nevertheless, over decades of research, the phenomenon of doppelganger is still covered by a mysterious black curtain nobody explains.